Hello everyone, I'm Vinny from AIESEC UK.
And I'm Hans from AIESEC in the US.
And we are really excited here in the BD Summit at Unilever in London in order to present to you the new GEP delivery model. Yes!
Yeah.
So what we're talking about, so why we're changing the model? There's an explanation, of course. So the current GEP delivery model outlining the ER principles actually is not reflecting the current customer flow. So that's why we need to define clear responsibilities of each stakeholder and standardize the processes based on the 6 standards and processes created by AI.
So just to review those guys, these are your 16 standards of status and satisfactions. So we have visa, work permit, arrival pickup, departure and support for logistics. We have under job, you have job description, duration, working hours, first day of work, and individual responsibility and goals. Under living, you have insurance, accommodation, as well as basic living costs. And then lastly, under experience and learning, you have AIESEC purpose, expectation setting, preparation, host and facilitated learning, and the home facilitated learning. And these are going to be referred to in the next slide, so it's important that you know each of these and correspond with the numbers. Go ahead. So here's the new GEP delivery model. You can see it's divided between AI and MC and LC, and the idea behind this is that we're defining the responsibilities through each part of the customer flow for each stakeholder that's part of the process. And we deliberately left AI and GC in one row and MC and LC in another, so MCs and LCs can define where each one respectively takes over part of the process. So you can see we start with Open, and with Open, AI is responsible for account management, expo management, and defining the job description, as well as standards 4, 5, and 6, promotion and sourcing. And then MCs and LCs are in charge of raising the form on expo, tracking the standards, and a pre-visa review. And by pre-visa review, meaning review the job description to make sure that's aligned with your entity's visa requirements. Under in progress, we have notify MC and notify LC for the shortlisting. That's done by AI, and that will be done by either a GC or an AI member. And that will be determined by whether or not the GEP has a GC with the partnership. Next, we have the match. With the match, once again, we have AI notifying the MC and the LC separately, so each stakeholder knows. And then AI or the GC is going to put the experience on match, the opportunity on match on Expo. For the MCs and LCs, the responsibilities under match are to track the visa and work permit to make sure that they have a buddy for the host entity LC. So the host entity LC is assigning a buddy for the new intern that'll be arriving, and then to fulfill the standards for 9, 10, 11, and 15. Sorry, 9, 10, 11, and 16.
So moving on to the realization stage, the MC plus LCs are also responsible for invoicing the GEPs as well as realizing the TN on XPA. Other than that, it's also important to fulfill all the standards criteria outlined here in this box. So moving into the completion of the traineeship, we also want to emphasize the NPS reminder email, which is a very operational and simple task. However, it would boost the efficiency rate in the responses. And then finally, at last but definitely not least, AI would be responsible for keeping the information of the intern, ensuring information management of every single traineeship, as well as MC and LC would be in charge of reintegration activities. So guys, I would like to thank you so much for watching us in this video, and we hope that we can implement all of that and make it happen, of course.
Thank you guys. Good luck.